Hey, robot, want a job? Today on The World. I'm Marco Werman. You've heard of outsourcing. Well, now some jobs are coming back to the U.S. Problem is they're being filled by machines, and it's not just call center jobs.
I am a writer, and there are actually pretty capable machines now doing writing.
Also, a massive wildfire continues to burn in Western Canada.
It may be months, maybe years before things get back to normal in Fort McMurray.
And the NYPD challenges Scotland's cops to do a dance in public and film it.
Why not? We love a dance up here in Scotland. Filming it in Edinburgh in front of the castle would be a perfect opportunity.
And that's how a move called The Running Man got done in a kilt. The stories today on The World. Thank you for being here on this Friday. How many times in this campaign season have we heard angry words from candidates about outsourced jobs? And it's not just Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders talking about American jobs going overseas. This is a major source of anxiety for many Americans. But what if I told you that some of those jobs may be coming back? That would be a good thing. Sort of, because some of the new jobs coming back to the U.S. are not being filled by humans, but by machines. That's where our first guest comes in. Julia Kirby is a co-author of Only Humans Need Apply, Winners and Losers in the Age of Smart Machines.
Well, the set of jobs that people are really interested in talking about right now are all the so-called knowledge work jobs. Things like call centers can be set up in India or the Philippines or anywhere offshore. And there's a huge labor cost advantage in doing that. Those are the jobs that we're now talking about being automated, and therefore, I don't know if you would say they're coming back, but they'll no longer be offshored. They're sort of going to be no-shored.
Right. So, but have you seen this trend start, that some of these jobs are coming back in the form of automation or some kind of robotic?
So the way that the jobs are coming back, you might not say the same job is coming back. Now that those processes are being turned over to smart machines, we now need this kind of next level of knowledge worker job, this sort of data scientists and the people who build the machines. And those, I guess we could say, those jobs are coming back. It's, in a way, they're being created. But there are some jobs that are going to fill in for the ones that have been lost.
So break it down for us, because you wrote the book, In the Age of Smart Machines, Who Will the Losers Be?
Who will the losers be? Well, the losers, I think, will be people who are trying to outdo the machines at what machines are good at and aren't really capable of doing that. Of course, there's always going to be some tiny fraction of us who can outthink a machine.
Can you give me an example?
For instance, right now in financial advising, you have robo-advisors that have been introduced. This is a really complex computational task to figure out. For instance, you have a retirement savings account. How should it be allocated? So asset allocation, very complicated task. People go to school for a long time to learn to do that. There's no way you can do that today better than a computer can do it. We talked to...
Really?
No, that's absolutely true. What you can do is all the hand-holding that goes along with that, because a lot of times the client may not be willing to, buy when the price is low, or they might be, unwilling to put away enough as a young person. You're dealing with human people as clients, so yes, there's always a strong need for humanity in the interface, we could say.
So as far as winners, I guess the cold weather of Alaska would make it a great place to set up massive server farms that need to stay cool, but that's not going to employ a lot of people. Aside from Alaska, who might win in this whole game?
The winners are going to be the folks who figure out how they're going to recast their relationship with, these smart machines, which absolutely are going to invade their workplaces.
Yeah.
So we are now going to all be working with computers that don't simply support our decisions, but are able to make decisions and make them better than we are.
Julia, in your own work, how often do you find yourself looking over your shoulder at the machine bearing down on you? What do you do to avoid being replaced?
Well, it's funny you would say that. So I am a writer, and there are actually pretty capable machines now doing writing. But the type of writing that they're doing, I think you and I probably wouldn't covet. So they're, for instance,
right.
doing
pretty dry.
Well, but to tell you the truth, some of it is not so dry in the execution.